Welcome back to the writer's room. It's starting to feel Halloweeny and autumnal here in Chicago. So I hope you are having a fantastic start to your week. And to get it going, we are back here in the writer's room. And I want to share three ways to help us play what I call the long game. So do any of you have a goal that you maybe put on your vision board this year and you really still want it and it hasn't happened yet? Okay, so I have a couple actually. And I do find that the fourth quarter of the year is sometimes where all the magic happens. Like all year sort of building, building, building. And then there's just this like tsunami of manifestation, this harvest, right? It's archetypal in many ways. And so as you prepare for your harvest, there may be things that you really still desire and you don't see really like that it's coming together. You don't see how it can come together. And maybe doubt has crept in. So I'm going to own that this has happened to me on a couple of my goals for this year. And at the beginning, I was like, this is absolutely happening. I'm committed, like it's happening, all that. But then when there's time and I don't see necessarily that it's coming to fruition and I don't know the how, I can start to do this. Check in with your inner dialogue. Do you ever ask, oh, maybe I'm not like enough, I'm not good enough for this, or I'm not worthy of this goal, or maybe it's not meant to be. That whole, so this is the settling conversation that your ego is going to want to seduce you into, hey, sweetie, like just maybe you set yourself visions a little too high, got a little, big for your britches, like let's just be happy where we are. Now, it's great to be happy where we are. It's awesome to be happy and content. And if we still want something, the universe wants it for us. And so how do we stay aligned? How do we stay in faith? How do we stay committed when we don't see it happening? So I had a few clients reach out about this, and then this came up for me over the summer. So I'm going to share three ways that I think really help. The first is to decide, just be honest with yourself. If you still want this goal, whether it's that speaking engagement, that opportunity to finish your book, to get a book deal, to get a certain income milestone, if you still want it, own that desire. Own that desire. Step one is DD, like not Dungeons and Dragons, but desire and decide. Own your desire and decide that this is happening. And you're just going to decide. It's like you don't know the how, but you're deciding, yes, this is a divine desire that's come to me, and I am all in. Even if it seems really scary and out of self-protection, we want to settle. This is where we're going to do contrary action. We're going to come out of the settling conversation and say, no, I don't know how. And I'm a yes to this. I'm deciding yes to this goal and this vision. I'm recommitting and I'm deciding yes. You can decide every day, multiple times a day. Okay. Step one. Step two is going to be very paradoxical. Now we're going to flip it. And this is an unhooking action. The unhooking action is to actually come up with one, two, or three things that are actually great about not having this thing yet. So it's going to sound really weird. You've got this goal you really, really want. Like I have a new book that's being discussed and shopped around with some publishers that I'm very excited about. I really would love a book deal from one of them. I would just love that, freaking love it. And if I get hooked in and attached to it being one of these six that's in consideration right now, then I'm attached. I'm hooked in. My energy is actually creating resistance, and I'm hooked into it has to be this way, and I'm not open to possibility. So what we want to do to unhook ourselves is very paradoxical and ironic in a way. We're going to make a list of what's actually great about it not happening yet, not forever, not like we don't still want it. This isn't settling, but it's just being authentic. So I had a friend who was single and wanted to be in a relationship, and she got given this assignment from a coach, and she was so pissed. She's like, I have been single for all these years, and my coach is telling me to make a list of what's great about being single, but she did it, and she was able to come up with, the one really good thing right now is that I don't have to negotiate anything I do. If I want to go on a trip, I go on a trip. I want to watch whatever show I want to watch 4 episodes in a row, and I don't have to discuss that and negotiate that with anyone. I don't have to share my remote. I don't have to share my itinerary, my schedule. I don't have to go to any family events that I don't want to go, right? So she was able to actually come up with something authentic that was good in the now moment. It just, you'll feel it when you do it. I made myself do this last week, and it was amazing how much freer I felt once I listed what was good. So for me, the advantage to not having this particular book under contract yet is that I'm writing my next one in 4 months. I'm going to be able to birth this whole next project. And by the time we figure out who the publisher is for the book that's already done, this next one will be going out to publishers. So I'm going to be able to reach a level of prolificness as a writer, making that word choice. And so there's something good that I didn't have to spend all summer doing like intense revisions really quickly. I got to take a vacation. That was actually good. It's not that if they call today, I will be doing cartwheels in the street. Okay. And there's something good. So first step, own that desire and decide it's happening. Step two, I'm going to flip it and say, well, what's actually a gift in it not happening quite yet? And then three, go general. If you feel yourself in that conversation of maybe I'm not enough, I don't deserve it, it would have happened if it was going to happen, any of that conversation, this is an Abraham Hicks thing. You go general and just start saying over and over, everything is always working out for me. 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 My book deal is working out for me. Health, relationships, money, everything is always working out for me. By making it general that just everything is working out, we don't get into that settling ego conversation that we're not worthy, we won't deserve it, would have happened, maybe it's not meant to, etc. Right? We talk ourselves out of self-protection. 2 reasons to stay in it. Okay. 4th quarter, 2 reasons to stay in. 1, because it's a fast track to the fulfillment of that goal. If we're willing to stay in the fact that we really do want it, we're going to go all out. It's harder. It's easier to protect and say, I don't really want it anyway, or I'm not good now, just take ourselves out, stay in. Okay. See if you can stay. And the second is because it will open up possibility. When we settle and ratchet it down and walk ourselves back from the goal, it's fine. There's no judgment, but we are not as open, I don't believe, to other synchronicities, possibilities, not only for that goal, but all the things you desire in your life, new opportunities. When you're playing life all in, magic happens. And I want the magic for you this fall. All right. And come to the retreat this week. I know many hundreds of us are getting together virtually and in person if you want to lock this in and make sure you're going to go all the way with that goal. I can't wait to see you.